was just like, I prayed. I've never prayed that much before. I've not met you before. You don't know me, but I prayed. I saw the video and like, you know, there was so much love. So thank you to every one of you. I feel it. Most Kekri says yesterday was our brother's birthday. His name is Rahimi Ismaila. He said he's the best brother in the world. That's from Most Kekri.
Okay, so let's go on a quick break. We're going to have time to thank those who really reached out to us in a moment. But first, let's go on a break. We'll be right back with the front page of the paper. Stay with us, don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Oh, I forgot. We'll come back. All right. I forgot somebody sent a message. Yes. I forgot I was wearing slippers. I do apologize. My shoes are somewhere there. I know I'll get them on once we're going to break. I totally forgot. Okay, let's start with The Nation. Electricity customers begin payment of revised tariffs. APC PDP bicker over rescue of U.S. hostage. Buhari, 1 million youths apply for an investment fund. Picture here of 5 feared killed in Lagos multiple accidents. 774,000 jobs tools sent to states. Foreign portfolio investment dropped by 178.7 billion naira. Okay, let's start with the electricity tariff.
Good news for all those that have been clamoring. You know, when the electricity tariff was increased in September, many people were against it, and a committee was set up headed by the Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Festus Keyamo. It was represented by the Nigerian Labour Congress Deputy President Joe Ajero. What they finally agreed on as a revision is that for those on band category C, there's 31% discount. For those on brand category B, there is 10.5% discount, and those on brand category A, there's 10% discount. And I want everybody to understand that based on the number of hours you are getting, it will determine what you're paying. So if you get 20 hours, you pay 51 naira per kilowatt, and that I think is a reduction from what we're paying before.
And it's important to add that band E and D would actually be frozen. They're not going to be paying any additional tariff. So they're going to just be paying what they were paying before, regular tariff. I was going to take the story of the APC PDP bickering over the rescue of U.S. hostage. So many of you know that America confidently said their troops rescued an American citizen from the Nigerian soil. So PDP used that opportunity to query the fact that in your own territory, a foreign country came to rescue his own citizens from the kidnappers that have been kidnapping your own citizens. They took their citizens and left. And here we are, we have a territory where we have the military supposed to be protecting us, and they can't seem to find these kidnappers. APC now replied them and said, when Chibok happened, you people denied the fact that it happened. They came up with all sorts of stories of what happens in the past, but bottom line is that PDP is having the ball because they are letting Nigerians know that obviously our security is not fully understood by our security services, and they need to also get...
Enough of bickering, because PDP members are in the Senate and House of Assembly, same as APC members. Both of them should work together and strengthen our security apparatus.
This is a Nigerian problem, not a party problem. We have one more story, which is, we remember the 774,000 jobs. Yes, so finally tools are being distributed to the different zones. They said that there had been a delay because of you know, what happened after the NSAS protest, the looting and the rioting, and so they had to hold on to these tools. But they're able to send them to the different states and different zones so that work will start. So there are cutlasses, there are diggers, there are hoes, those sort of things for clearing and everything. So we hope these jobs will start soon.
Moving on to the Nigerian Tribune. Enough of violent forces against innocent citizens. That's from our president. Mysterious disease claims 15 in Delta communities. Police released 11-year-old NSAS protester who declared himself IGP in Edo. Plot to start fresh mayhem, Osun put security agencies on alert. And 9 Nigerians contesting in the U.S. elections. That's exciting news. 9 of our citizens will be contesting in the U.S. elections, and it's across the states.
Citizens?
They are Nigerian Americans, obviously.
They're more American citizens.
But there are a few other interesting stories. Let's talk about the mysterious death.
Yes, so there's this community, Ute Opu and Idumusa communities in Ika Northeast local government of Delta State. And there's been a report of a mysterious illness, and some of the symptoms are hemorrhagic fever, and you know, and so there's a school of thought that thinks it has something to do with substance abuse, but the Commissioner of Health is asking everyone to, you know, be more hygienic, keep your environment clean, and also follow the COVID-19 guidelines. Also, the governor of the state has asked the primary health care center in that state, in those communities, to be upgraded to a full hospital so that they can address the sick people. And the state epidemiologist has also said that they have collected samples so that they can investigate. So that they can investigate the real cause of this.
Okay, so on a separate story, a young kid, 11-year-old, who was amongst those who actually went to, they stole the police uniforms in the police station, and he was parading himself as Inspector General of Police in Edo. He is, a young kid like that. So he's been arrested, and then they've been released now.
Did you say 11?
11-year-old, yeah. So I think it was an NGO that got him, and they said that they're going to be able to secure his education going forward, and they're going to hand him over to, I think maybe foster care or something, but at least I'm happy that he's been apprehended. Is there any other story you want to take in Tribune? There was another story. Okay, let's move on to Daily Sun. As Nigerians lament, PSC sounds helpless over police shunning of duty. Hashtag ENSA, someone who pledges tax break, financial support to affected businesses. WAEC releases May-June 2020 WASI result. Buhari unveils 75 billion naira youth investment fund for 3 years. 262 Nigerians groups sue NBC over fines on TV stations. Yes, which story
I have two stories. Major headline is what I want to start with first. So the Police Service Commission has denied that it's going to compel police officers to come back to work. The spokesman, Ike Chukwuani, yesterday of the Police Service, let me explain, Police Service Commission employs all the police officers and directs the payment of public funds to them. And so they're saying, even though for now the concern is that these police officers, about minimum of 20 police officers were killed during the uprising after the protest, and many of the police stations were burnt down. And so that the focus is now, the IGP is traveling around to boost the morale of police officers to get them back on the street, but that they will not be forced or compelled. Some other people, though, are of the opinion that the police officers are paid by public funds, and their not being on the streets is leading to more risk for Nigerians. He said the police will surely very soon return to work. That's from the former CP, Assistant Commissioner of Police. So we're looking forward to having them back to work.
In a related story, actually, the DPO that attended a meeting by PR Nigeria had said that in December months and up to Christmas period, I doubt if any security services can guarantee maximum security as usual, because based on what you said, they don't have ammo, they don't have any more weapons to use, they've been stolen, they've been disarmed, and they've been demoralized. So they feel as though that these are the Nigerians that you want us to come and protect. They are going to be attacking us, and they don't feel safe anymore. So they're saying during this Yuletide season, they can't guarantee the safety of Nigerians during this period.
So we're waiting for the IGP to rise to that. Yes, we need to see more of him boosting morale. There's one more story I wanted to take, because the
I have a story. May I just take that? Yeah, so the governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, went to the mall, the Circle Mall in Lekki, and you know, to just commiserate with tenants and shop owners in that area, and for those who were affected by the looting that happened, and has assured them that there will be tax cuts for them. There will be he's trying to see how he can talk to financial institutions so that they can get zero interest loans. Grants will be given to them, which is not necessarily to pay back, but just, you know, to help boost them and have them come back again, you know. And he said this, although in the papers he said it as if it was specifically to the tenants and owners of the Circle Mall in Lekki, but I do hope that this is a message for all the other malls and shops that were looted across the country, across the state.
Okay, that's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, we go on to our hot topic. Stay with us and go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So, before we go into what's happening in Nigeria, because lots of people reached out to us, the ladies of Your View, since what happened to how it's happened. And it's important for us to acknowledge the love and support we got from our fans. We want to say thank you so much. We got so many calls. I mean, I was responding to messages for the first 1 week, trying to get everybody, respond to everybody as much as I could. We appreciate you, the prayers. Many people prayed for us. Many people are concerned about our safety, and we are so grateful for that. And it's because of you we're here today. I mean, it's all about our viewers. It's all about those who are committed to this show, and that's why we're here. So I want to just spend a few minutes just to let you know how we're doing, you know, what we've been up to for the past few days. And if you can try to even call the other ladies, just check up on them. It's been nice to hear them. But Tope, let me start with you. Since what happened, how have you been faring? Because a lot of Nigerians want to know how you've been. And I know your car got burnt, and I know you've been trying to get around. So how have you been?
Honestly, in this moment, I am grateful to God, because in the first few, like, I was telling someone that it was a near-death experience, and the person was like, why you like you're exaggerating? And I said, no, I wasn't exaggerating. It wasn't an exaggerated thing. It wasn't even for me that it was near death. Like, I was staring at somebody holding a bottle to Morayo's head, broken bottle. So for me, it was like. Is it for somebody who just die? Like, I came to work, so I was not shouting, like, we are speaking for you, we were on the show pleading for you, like, we were not against you, we understand the protest, because the guy was angry, and he had already held Morayo with a bottle to her head. So my own reality was that, I would like stand here and somebody will not, like, what am I going to do? So, and I think that because we tend to just expect that we're strong people, we will be fine. So I just shoved the emotion aside and just felt like, oh, you're grateful for life. I talk about the prayer warrior. Yeah, let's start praying and thanking God. And it took the next day for me to come back to TVC and see my car, see the remnants of my tools, for me to understand the fact that, like, this is all gone. Like, it is gone, no? And then I got back home and I was crying. My husband was looking at me like, it's property. I said, no, it's not just about the property. I understand. But I didn't understand. I was in denial. You know, there was a group therapy that I joined. And when they now chronicle how you go from trauma, the shock, the denial, all of that, I realized I was actually experiencing all these emotions without being conscious of it. But you know, I changed. I told myself, like, this has happened, but everything, there's a lesson. There are stories from this. One of the key lessons I've learned was insure your car, insure your properties. You know, your car is never too old to be insured or too new to be insured. Everything that would hurt you when you lose it, anything that will hurt you when you lose it, insure it, which I didn't do. So I think that people, whatever, even those just watching us felt traumatized by it. So I think acknowledge your trauma and give yourself time, give yourself break to recover. And you won't be resourceful if you don't take out that time. So people that were asking us that, I want you people back on air. I'm like, guys, just hold on, because really, we just push people. We don't let men cry. Push them. You will be fine. Sharagiri, you like, brace up. What have you gone through? Nobody has not gone through before in their life. People have gone through worse cases. Mariam went through just crises. People are dying. Like, acknowledge, let me cry the way I want to cry. Let people feel what they want to feel. Don't start comparing when they say they are feeling down. That me too, I'm feeling worse than you know. So I think a lot of things have happened, but like, I'm just trying to draw lessons and use my personal experience to share how I've coped with what has happened to me.
Mariam?
Yeah, so you know, recently I made a note. Yesterday I woke up first thing in the morning and I wrote a note about the resilient spirit of Nigerians. You know, that's something that we use and we talk about and we brag about. And it's a good thing. It's a strength of character, I agree. But I think that, just as you have mentioned, we have put resilience over true healing. We don't take that time out to, you know, reflect and look at what we have just been through. I'm just truly happy, you know, when these things happen, many people called with videos. They were crying. I mean, they sent me videos of themselves crying. Said, I've never met any of you ladies, but they felt it like we were going, like they were going through it as well. And many people, you know, sent messages. These are numbers for therapists you can call to go through this time. These are numbers for those who are trying to help financially, for those who may have lost things. I was just so happy also with that, you know, that spirit of we move, you know, we've gone through a tough time, but we move. But also it's important that we spend time to reflect, spend time to just stay away from what you have gone through and look at it from the outside. Then you heal. When you heal, then you're able to better apply yourself when you get back in. So as resilient as we are, and sometimes I say, because, you know, I know people who are like that, who tend to be like that, that they move. And I say to them that sometimes you do yourself a disservice. You don't take the time to learn the lessons you're supposed to have learned from what you have gone through, because you are busy trying to, you know, move on.
To the next thing.
So let's take, I think we sort of have done that. And
I would like to probably start, because I know I share a lot of these things online, but many of our viewers are not online. Some of them don't have access to. But it's important for me to start from the beginning, because the day before that happened, my director called me and said, Mariam, I'll be standing down the other shows because we're hearing of possible threats on here, but would you like your view, for your view, would you like guys to do the show, or would you like to just, let's stand down on your view? And I said, I appreciate the fact that there's a possibility to stand down on the show, but I think it's important for us to speak, because we have a strong viewership base, and it's important that we speak, especially understanding the emotions of what happened at Lekki. People were angry, Nigerians were angry, and it would be very wrong for the ladies of your view that have this huge audience to go to rest and say, oh, okay, let's just keep quiet because there's a possibility that there's been an attack. No, we had to use the tool we had to speak, and to not just speak the emotions of Nigerians, and let the government know how we're feeling concerning what happened, what we felt happened in Lekki. So it was so important for us to be on that show, because many people have asked, why did you even come to that show in the first place? It was extremely important for your view to be on set, and the director told me that no one was going to get security to support you guys, and he ensured that we had a lean team, so it was only very few people that came to work that day. But unfortunately, what happened, and we've been able to putting back the pieces gradually, and I think that so far we're stronger, and we're going to get stronger, because this is a job that we do, right? We're here, we're passionate about it, we're passionate about what we do, and we're happy that people appreciate what we do. I've been taking ice cream since, for the past 1 week, I went to the mall, I sat down there, and I just been eating. I know, I bought this nice big bowl of ice cream from Cold Stone. I bought like 2 scoops. I had the wafers. I sat down and I was eating. I was enjoying it. The next day I came to your house. You gave me this cake. I went home. I sat down. I ate it. In fact, I have just been eating. They said, we're going to see therapists. And finally, I've been able to speak to somebody. And you know, it's important. You don't know how hurt you are until you start talking to somebody. You know how deep this thing goes until you start speaking to somebody.
So I'm launching. I need to raise funds for my tools. I don't have a job without tools. So I decided that, okay, what can I do? You know, I've been thinking and worrying my head, and I realized that when I moved into being grateful for life, an idea just dropped in my head that you've done these 2 courses, launch it again. So I was trying to do the commercial for the launching of those courses, and the person that was going to do the shoot for me said, we need to use some of the videos from what really happened so people understand where you're coming from. And yesterday we were rewatching clips that we did. I watched your video, watched my video, and I just started crying again, and my heart was beating fast. So I think that for many people, we don't. If you don't go through that way, you will not know. Like still yesterday, I was seeing the video, and I'm like, the way I was, like I saw my own face and the emotions of my face, and I started feeling the fear again. So I think that it's very, 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 very important that we don't take counseling for granted. There are many therapists that are offering free counseling right now. Even if you feel like you didn't lose anything. I was talking to somebody, and the person said that I didn't reach out to you. I'm so sorry, because I have my shop in Adeni-Rogusoya Mall, and they also got vandalized the same day. So I watched your show and I felt I'll reach out to you, but the next moment they were calling me that my own shop too has been looted. So whether your shop was looted, your friend's shop was looted, you went through the attack, you just watched our videos, you also need a therapy session. There are free numbers. Reach out and call and seek professional help. It will go a long way to help.
So finally, we have to wrap up on that because now we're going to get into the Your View matter. But it's important once again to reiterate, thank you so much to everybody. We really appreciate you. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you all.